Welcome back, class. Today we're going to talk about general education requirements here at Alabama A&M. Some of you may be in class wondering, why am I taking this English or why am I taking this art? And today we're going to talk more about that and also help you understand your undergraduate bulletin. So here at Alabama A&M University, all undergraduate degree programs have a set of courses that you must take before transitioning into your major specific courses. These could include foreign languages like Spanish or Chinese. This could also include fine arts like Art 101 or Music 101. General education requirements here at Alabama A&M consist of 6 hours of written composition, 12 hours of humanities and fine arts, 11 hours of natural and physical sciences, 12 hours of history and social and behavioral sciences. So, what we're going to do right now is I want to go through each one of those areas and break them down so that you understand what written composition is, what humanities and fine arts is, along with the other areas that were mentioned previously. So, if you take a look here at the screen in front of you, you can see area one is written composition. Most of you are likely in an English 101 composition course. Some of you may be thinking, well, I took English 101 when I was in high school. While this may be true, if you did not have your advanced placement or dual enrollment credits transferred into the institution, those courses are not counted towards your degree program, which means that you would need to take English 101 again for your undergraduate degree program. Most undergraduate degree programs require 6 hours of written composition, which means that you will take two of these classes as they are 3 hours apiece. So English 101 is likely your first course that you would take for written composition, and then you will likely take English 102. If you are an honors student, then you would take this English 102, 101, and 102H. Going down to the humanities and fine arts. I mentioned earlier that you're required to take a total of 12 hours within the humanities and fine arts. Three of these hours must be fine arts. And you can see down here to the left, you have your Art 101, Music 101, your theater appreciation. Those are courses that are considered to be fine art courses. You also must take 3 hours of literature, which you can see down here is your English 201, your English 202, your world literature, and your American literature courses. After that, you then have to take a remaining of 6 hours, which can be split up between the humanities courses and the fine arts courses. Some of you might already be enrolled in humanities courses, which could be your Chinese, French, or Spanish classes. Some of you may also be taking an ethics course as well. Something to understand here is that if you are taking a history course, most of the times the history course must be in sequence, meaning if you take English 201, you have to take English 202 after that. You can't take 202 before you take the 201 course. Another thing to be aware of here is that if you are a civil engineering, electrical engineering, or mechanical engineering major, you only need 9 of the hours in area two, which is humanity and fine arts, which means that you would need three of these classes as opposed to four of them. Down to the next section, which is area three, your natural, physical sciences, and mathematics. We mentioned earlier that there is an 11-hour minimum here to achieve this. Three of those hours must be in mathematics, and the other 8 hours must be in natural sciences. One thing that I will note here is that if you enter into the university with a ACT math score of 15 or below, you are likely enrolled in a math 011, 012, or 013. If you are enrolled in one of those classes, that class does not count to be used toward the general education requirement. You will still be required to take an additional math that will count toward your degree program. The remaining 8 hours must come from a natural or physical science. You can see the natural physical sciences here. Some of you may be enrolled in Bio 101 in the lab. Some of you may be in Bio 102 in the lab. If you are a biology major, you're required to take Biology 103 and 103 lab. Uh, Chemistry 101 and Chemistry 101 lab. And another one would be the Physical Science 101 and 101 lab. Uh, your degree program will require you to take a different physical science. Some of them are open to you taking either one, but there are some majors that require you to take a specific one. I mentioned biology, having to take Bio 103. Most engineering majors will have to take some form of chemistry 101 and 101 lab. Down to area 4, history and social behavioral sciences. As mentioned before, you are required to take 12 hours of these courses. 3 of those hours must be in history. At least 6 of those hours must be in other disciplines around social and behavioral sciences. If you take Once you take history, you must complete 6 hours in sequence. I mentioned this earlier, but you must take History 101 and History 102 in a sequence, or your major might require you to take History 201 and 202 in sequence. Here are the other topics, the other courses available in the social and behavioral sciences. I hope that this gives you an overview of why you are enrolled in some of the general education courses that you enrolled in before. Again, all undergraduate degree programs have a set of courses that you must take before transitioning into your major courses. All of this information can be found on page 76 of the undergraduate bulletin, which is linked below. So now that we've discussed the general education requirements, I want to run you through what an undergraduate bulletin look like and what is it used for. Essentially, your undergraduate bulletin is a guide. It provides you with all of the courses that you need to meet the graduation requirements here at Alabama A&M. What I've done is taken the time to highlight those general education courses that we just talked about. So you'll see your orientation one-on-one course, which is required for all first year students. This course is designed to help you learn more about the institution and learn how to navigate campus life here at Alabama A&M. English 101, which we talked about as one of the written composition general education requirements, your math, your history sequence. And then if you look over here in the second semester, you'll also see the fine arts that we talked about, the humanities and the fine arts that we talked about. And then well on down into your sophomore year, where you have your literature, your economics, your history sequence, social behavioral sciences, and your humanities and fine arts. As mentioned in the previous session, each area of general education requirements has a certain number of credit hours that you must complete before moving into some of your major courses. As you look at the undergraduate bulletin, you'll see that this is the one for biology, and you'll see that there's a Bio 101. Most majors have an intro course to the major. There may be an intro to mechanical engineering, an intro to civil engineering. These change based off of the major. Each undergraduate bulletin looks differently based off of whatever your major is. What I will say, one thing that is key when reading your undergraduate bulletin is to know that you do not have to take the courses in the way that they are listed. They are a guide to help show you what all needs to be completed by the time that you graduate. But this is not to say that you have to take these courses in your first semester. Some of you may take your first year experience, English 101, your math, and you may take a fine arts in your first semester. And you may not have a chance to take Bio 103 until your second semester. This does not throw you off track. Our advisors work to make sure that you have the appropriate number of credit hours each semester to become a full-time student and to stay on track with your academic progress. Another thing to note on your undergraduate bulletin, there are oftentimes a superscript number. If you see this number one here, this number one is letting you know that this is a general education requirement. If the number has a number two next to it, this is saying that you must pass that class with a C or better. Is required for you to finish that course. If you see a course with the number three, like this pre-calculus trigonometry course, this means that you need to pass with a D or better. Is required for you to complete that course. What I would like for you to do, I want to encourage you to take some time to go through your own undergraduate bulletin. There is a link below for you to access the full academic bulletin. But if you go to pages 5 and 6, it will provide an outline for you to show you exactly what page your undergraduate curriculum is on. If you have questions about your undergraduate bulletin or your curriculum or any of the classes that you are enrolled in, please contact your academic advisor and they can help guide you through the process of making sure that you are on track to graduate. Thanks. Go Bulldogs.